So you're over 40 years old and you're wondering what the best way to start performing and getting shows booked and start getting paid for it. Hi, my name is Chris Ekblom, and in this video, we're going to talk about the reasons why you need to start looking at senior communities to start gigging and start doing your shows, whether you're in your 40s, 50s, 60s, or older. Senior communities offer musicians the perfect gig schedule. Morning, early afternoon, late afternoon. You don't got to worry about going out to a bar in the middle of the night, late at night, and coming home in the wee hours of the morning, playing for 3 hours to a loud crowd that might not even be paying attention to you, and drinking and smoking and all those sorts of shenanigans going on. You don't need that. I'm 42 years old, and I like some shows earlier in the day so I can get home in the evening, have my dinner early, maybe read a book, get to bed early. That's a schedule that works for me. Maybe it's a schedule that works for you too. My shows are typically at 10:30 in the morning, then 1:30 in the early afternoon. Maybe I'll schedule a third, like 3:30-ish. Typically not later than that. Unless it's a holiday. Maybe you want to do like a Christmas, like the 23rd or 24th of Christmas week vacation, and you can play for 2 hours in the evening. Like typically an early evening, like 6, 7 o'clock just after their dinner. You can charge a lot more, especially when it's a holiday. Scheduling for senior communities is very convenient for a musician. Monday through Friday, weekends, holidays, vacations, residents are always there and they're always looking for musicians to come in. So musicians that are looking for a perfect schedule, you definitely need to check out senior communities. Playing music at a senior community offers an awesome side income. You can start small, and as you build your experience, you charge a little bit more. As you play a little bit longer, you can charge a little bit more than that. Just to give you an idea, 10 years ago when I started playing for senior communities, I charged $50 for the hour. Then the community invited me back for several more shows, and I billed out for $75 for the hour. The following year, my rate went up to $100. Keep in mind that when you're thinking about side incomes, it isn't typically the same at every single community. As you get better, as you build more experience, that makes a difference in how much you charge. The community has a budget, certain size of the community, the needs of the residents. Sometimes when the residents have greater needs, they have a bigger budget for entertainment. You want to take a look at including rates that are a little bit higher on the weekends and rates that are a little bit higher in the evenings. You can schedule any time that works around your schedule. Maybe you have a full-time job and you're just looking to earn an extra side income and schedule a senior community just on the weekends. Maybe you have a flexible schedule and you're looking to maybe just fill in those holes in your schedule during the week and get another gig opportunity. Senior communities offer musicians a great way to make a side income, and it's one of the most fulfilling ways to really make money. Which leads me into my third reason why you need to take a look at senior communities is the fulfillment and the sense of purpose. Maybe you are in your 40s or your 50s, you've been doing a job that certainly pays the bills, but maybe you're not quite getting as much peace and satisfaction out of the work that you do. I found that when you're playing for seniors, they light up when they hear the music that they love. They tell you after the show how much they love the music that you're playing, what it means to them. They open up and share a little bit about themselves and share their story. And that gives you the opportunity to learn. So I found that there's an incredible sense of fulfillment immediately when you're playing for them. Sometimes there's a resident that is particularly lonely or sad or depressed, and you come in with that perfect song that makes them light up, and then they tell you about it afterward and how much that affected them. That really makes a difference. I used to do jobs that I hated doing just for a paycheck, and sometimes in life that's what we gotta do. We gotta grind, and we gotta get out there and we gotta work, and that's why it's called work. It's not called fun. That's what my dad always said. That's why they call it work. It's not called fun. Everybody would be doing this job. I discovered that when you are doing something that you love and you're not only making an impact, but you're also at the same time making an income, that gives you a tremendous sense of fulfillment. then you start really making a difference in people's lives. You start to see it right away. You visit a community, it makes them light up, and you're now boosted, and you are really ready to go for that next show that you've scheduled during the day, or just to get through your day and handle the rest of whatever life has going on for you. You can start right where you are. You don't need permission from somebody to start doing shows at senior communities. Aside from the activity director themselves, what I mean is you don't need a license, you don't need a certification, you don't need a degree, you really don't need credentials. You don't need to wait. You can start right where you are. The songs that you play, the music that makes you happy, those feelings that you have when you're sharing the music that you love can be transferred to residents when you're performing for them live. It's so important to share that music that you love. You can start where you are. You can start today. You can start this week. Get on Google, search senior communities, find the closest one to you, give them a call, and see how you can get on their agenda. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be a professional. You just have to have a caring heart and go out there and have fun with the music that you love. I'm sure the residents will love to hear from you. Do what you love to do. I have so much experience doing things that I hated in my life. I used to sell cars. I used to sell books. I used to sell office equipment. I actually went to school for architecture. That didn't work out too well. I decided that I didn't want to sit at a desk and look at a computer screen all the time. I'm the type of person that wants to get out and wants to do things with their craft. I want to get out with my guitar and I want to perform live. I want to get better at performing. I just love it. And I found that when you're doing the things that you love, you're making the world a better place. You're cheering up others. You're making everybody happy. You're really making an effect on this world. And that's what we need to see. We need more people going out there, having a little bit of courage, taking a chance at doing something that you love, whatever stage of life that you happen to find yourself in. You might think if you're in your 40s, that ship has sailed. You might think that performing live might take the energy of somebody that might be younger than you. But I've found that if you're at this age, like, you got a little bit of life experience to invest. You have stories of your own. You have trials and tribulations that you've overcome. You have experiences that you can relate to with these residents and share the music that perhaps has the same relation to them as it does to you. Talking about family and the important things in life. I've discovered that your own life experience and your own stories are very essential when you're performing at senior communities, because they really want to know who you are, more so than what you have to play for them. Be a better musician. Maybe you're somebody who has played an instrument their whole life and you've never really known how to get it to the next level. Maybe you're somebody that's just been playing for a hobby for years and years and years, and you finally want to take that step and start playing and making some money. There is a lot of opportunity when you look at senior communities. There is such a huge need. Independent living, assisted living, memory care, senior centers. There are opportunities everywhere you look, and there are opportunities for you to get better at your craft. Every time you do a show, you're going to get better doing those songs. Every time you talk with the residents, you learn maybe a song that they want to hear the next time that you visit them. You hear a little bit about themselves. You learn a little bit about life, gain all these perspectives, and realize that there is a lot that excites you and makes you happy and curious about, how do you play this instrument? How do you learn this song? And then when you perform it, you grow a little bit more, you grow a little bit more. You're constantly building on that personal experience, and you're constantly growing. There are so many residents out there that are lonely and they need the boost that you can give them with your music and your love. So share your time and share your talent. Go out there and make an impact at senior communities. I'll see you in the next video.